Hello everyone. So in this particular video, we are going to see how do we write the data into Excel. Okay. So in previous videos, we did see that, okay, how do we read the data from Excel, and in this we will be seeing how do we write into it. Okay. So we'll quickly start. Okay. In case you haven't seen the video in which we have talked about how to read the data, I'm just providing the link on the top of the screen right now. Okay. So, okay, I'll go to the previous class in which we did that. Okay, so we did that here, right? So rather than writing, I'll be just copying pasting the code. I'll explain. Okay, so guys, the explanation for all of this has been mentioned in the video in which we have talked about reading the data from Excel. Okay, please make sure you go through that video in order to understand all of these. Okay, so fine, let me just copy it. Okay, summarizing, we need few Apache POI jars in order to do these read-write operations. Okay, those jars are basically these one, POI and POI OXML, right? Here, we need to provide the path of the file in which we have to write. Okay, I mean, whichever file you want for reading or writing operations to perform, you need to give path of that file. So here is that file location. Okay, so it's placed in my desktop, as you see. Okay, I'll also show you this file. Okay, now reading that file through file input stream class, and then getting that file into a workbook, and then getting that first sheet, right? Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'll put a for loop here, guys. Okay, for int I equals to 1, I less than equal to sheet dot get last row number I plus plus. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, guys, or what I'm doing here to make you understand that, let me just show you the Excel ones. Okay, so this is the Excel. Okay, so what we did last time, so we have a website called, okay, we have this particular website, right? So the operation that we performed is, firstly, we logged in using this username password credential, and our expected result was we should be landing to the URL which have this particular thing. Okay, so what are we going to do now? If my expected result is met, it should print passed here, and if I have set an incorrect credentials, okay, in that case it won't land to this particular page, right? In that case it should mark it as fail, right? Here what I've done, I'm iterating from the first row till the last row. Why have I taken from 1 and not from 0? Reason for that is my first row is the column name which I don't want. Therefore, I'm taking it from the first row, okay, not from the 0. This is considered a 0th row, okay. Therefore, I'm starting my i's iteration with 1, okay. So what should happen? Ideally, into that website, this is a right credential. So putting that credential and logging in, it should redirect to a page having this thing in the URL. So it should print pass here. Again, it will try to log in with these credentials. It will not land to a page having this, and it should print fail here, right? So we'll see that now. Okay, so I've told you the reason why we have done this particular stuff, right? Now, what are we going to do? Let's do all those operations of opening the browser and everything. Okay, so I'm copying the code from our last session that we had. Okay, so setting up the Chrome driver, opening the Chrome browser. Let me just initialize it, right? Okay, so I've declared it as web driver. I'll also import, right? Okay, after that I have to put this username password into the text boxes, right? Now I went to the URL, I found the element with ID username, and here what I'm going to do, here I'll be saying that okay, sheet dot get row of high dot get cell of 1, okay, sorry, get cell of get cell of 0 dot get string cell value. Okay, so let me explain this to you. So from the sheet, get the first row. Okay, I'm saying I, for first instance, i's value is 1, so getting the first row, right? So I'm getting the first row. Now within that, my username is in the first column, correct? That means it is in the 0th column, and the username thing will always stay in the 0th column, right? So we are saying that, okay, from the first row, fetch the 0th column, and from that get the string cell value. Okay, so now similar thing we'll be doing for the password stuff also. So from the sheet, get the first row again, okay, because i's value is 1, so first row again. Now in which column is our password? Our password is in the second column. Second means in arrays language, if we say it is 0th column, it is a first column, so first, right? So get cell of 1 dot get string cell value, right? Now driver dot find element, it is going to click on login button. Now here I'm going to remove this assertion as of now. Okay, let me just comment that. And what I'll say if I'll put this dir.currentURL dot contains what? Contains something that is present here, like against this row, against this credential set, this title should be present, right? So it contains that's my second cell, right? Third column, second cell. So if the URL contains something which is given in the second cell, I want to write that it's passed, else I want to write that it is failed, correct? So how do we write it? Okay, I'll follow the same process. Okay, in which cell do we want to write, guys? We want to write in this cell, right? This is a fourth column, that means third cell, correct? So within the third cell, we have a method set cell value. Okay, guys, within this you will get every method, like you have to put a color for the cell, you have to create a new cell, you need to create a new row, you need to do anything, you need to create an entirely new sheet, you can do anything out. Okay, just try exploring more and more functions within this. Okay, right now I'm talking about very minimum functions, like how do you get the last row number, last column number, and everything, reading the data, writing the data, but you can do n number of stuffs using the functionalities of POI jar. Okay, so I would seriously recommend try, explore more, test it more. Okay, you'll be finding number of nice interesting functionalities within this particular POI thing. Okay, so I'll say that if it meets the, like, if the URL contains something which I've provided in Excel, that means it is passed, else it is, I want to mark it as fail. So this thing, guys, you can use for your reporting purposes, right? So say you have a you have all your test data in the cell, and then after each data you want to report, okay, this is passed, this is fail, and you need to pass it to your stakeholders that, okay, I have run my test cases with these particular data sets, and these data sets pass and these data sets fail. So this is going to help you in that, right? And that's all, guys. In the last, I'll say, okay, once, so it will run first for the first row, so it will take first row's username, first row's password, first row's expected data, and it will write it in the first row. Similarly, it will iterate for the second row and for n number of rows that you have till the last row number, right? And that's all, guys. So let's see. One thing, please make sure when you are writing, especially when you are writing the data into Excel, please make sure your Excel is closed. Okay, Do not try opening your Excel in between the operations, otherwise your file may get corrupted. Okay, so I'll close the Excel that we have opened. Right, and let me just run it now. Okay, I'll bring it down. Oh, forget it. So it has launched the browser. Let's see. So right now it will log in with the first credentials, you see, admin, and this is the dashboard thing I was talking about, guys. Right? You see dashboard in the URL, correct? And now, oh, okay, I haven't put quit, so it didn't close it last time. Okay, so it's open, it opened a different set, and this time it didn't go to dashboard, right? Okay, let me go back to my Eclipse. Right, guys, here we are, correct? Now let's open the Excel and see what's the output there. Okay, as you see here, guys, right, it is printed passed and failed here, right? Passed against the right credential set and failed against the incorrect credential set, and it is as simple as that. Similarly, guys, you can have n number of functions for this POI jar, right? Okay, now there can be some issues sometimes. Okay, what is it? So I just created a new column. Okay, and now if you type printing into this particular cell, it might give you a null pointer exception sometimes. Okay, because sometimes the Excel doesn't consider it to be, I mean, this issue has started coming into the latest Excel versions. Okay, that it doesn't consider it as a cell and it might give you a null pointer exception. So workaround for this thing is, guys, just print something here for once, okay, anything, and then remove it. Okay, or else just keep this thing as printed. Okay, anything blank, any, just don't leave the cells as blank. If the cells are blank, many a times it consider it as no cell. I mean, Selenium script will consider it as no cell, and when you try writing into that cell, it will give you a null pointer exception. Okay, rather than that, therefore, if you're in case you are getting that errors, just type something here, and whatever you type through your code, this particular value will get overridden by the value what you have placed to the code. Okay, that's all for today's video, guys, and let me know for any questions if you might have. Okay, thank you for watching. Keep coding. Bye bye.